Hello, and welcome back to Unstuck and Effing Fabulous, the podcast for ambitious women ready to ditch doubt, get out of their own way, and create a life that feels bold, beautiful, and fully aligned. This is episode number 57, and I am your host, Irene Lidvall, confidence and mindset coach. And today, I want to talk about something quite serious, about words and the effect words have on us, and especially words that makes us shrink. And I will talk a little bit about how to actually get rid of those poisonous words and pour them out of your system and get free from all the crap that we hold on to so for dear life. So let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room feeling completely fine, and then one look, one comment, one tiny shift in someone's energy, and suddenly you shrink? Suddenly you lose confidence. Suddenly you doubt yourself. Not dramatically, not loudly, but internally. Maybe you soften your voice a little bit, you second guess yourself, and you were quite sure about what you were going to talk about when you walked in. And you knew your subject, but all of a sudden you question yourself. And it's wild, isn't it? It's like in a split second, it's gone, whips out. Because sometimes it's not even what was said. It is the energy in the room. It's the tone, the eye roll, the pause, or they just don't stop scrolling on their phones, or they don't stop talking when you're supposed to talk, or that quiet, cutting sentence, "Oh, who does she think she is?" And that one has taken out more women than failure ever has. And I was once part of a business group that met every Wednesday morning, and I was new to the group. And I was talking about hypnotherapy because that was my specialty. I specialized in rapid transformational therapy, how to release blockages in life. And all of a sudden, the mechanic guy and his entourage started clucking like chicken. They thought it was funny. It wasn't very funny for me. And that set the precedent for me in that group. And I ended up feeling like I was the bullied kid in the schoolyard. And I absolutely despised going to that group. And I did talk to them about it. I tried to fit in, but I never did. They never took me seriously because they were afraid to contact me, because they actually saw me as a therapist, like a psychologist, and they did not want to acknowledge that they might have a little problem or a blockage. Not them. No, don't come near me. There is nothing wrong with me. That's how this group treated me. And I felt really lonely and sick to my stomach going there every Wednesday. And it ruined the rest of the day for me because I felt like I wanted to cry. So I don't want this to happen to you. And if it does, how to get rid of it after, how to actually clean it out, clear it out of your system. So let's talk about this, honey, because this is not small, because this is how women dim. This is how brilliance gets diluted, and this is how power gets negotiated away, quietly, politely, invisible. Not because you're weak, but because you're human, and words carry weights. And here's the truth no one tells you. It's not just what people say. It's what you do with it after. Because every word that lands on you, you have a choice. You can let it pass, or you can store it. And most women, what do? We store it, we collect it, we carry it, like little emotional receipts. You're too much. You need to tone yourself down, be realistic, don't get ahead of yourself. And my personal favorite, stay humble. Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing humble about shrinking your truth that makes other people more comfortable. So stay with me till the end, because I have created a private workbook for you that goes deeper into this. So let me give you a visual. I want you to imagine that you are this beautiful vessel, like a beautiful crystal vessel, elegant, strong, expansive, and every comment, every judgment, every subtle dig is like a drop of water poured into you. At first, it's nothing. You don't even notice it. But over time, drip, 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 you start to feel heavier. You start to lose your confidence. You start being slower in your decision making, and you become a little duller because your spark is being turned down. Not because you lost yourself, but because you're carrying things that were never yours to hold. And here's where it gets dangerous. Because eventually that beautiful vessel, it fills up. And I tell you, girlfriend, when it fills up, it just is not polite anymore. It spills over. It leaks into your confidence, into your decision making, and in how you show up. And this is the real horrible part. It also leaks into what you don't go for. And that is, if you have a talent, if you are a musician, if you're singing or good at singing, or you want to be part of a choir, or you are extraordinary gifted with drawing, painting, pottery, sewing, any artistic talent, and you don't go for it because of other people's opinion, that is a waste of life. That's a waste of talent. Just imagine how much money you're leaving on the table, and imagine what if you did do what you're supposed to do. How would you feel? But this is how women start playing small. Not because they lack capability or capacity, but because they're emotionally overloaded with other people's opinion. So today, we are doing something different. We are going to process it, and we are not over-analyzing it. So this is exactly why I have created the workbook, so you don't just hear it, you can actually become it. Because I don't want you to make all those hurtful words mean something about you. We are going to pour it out. So I want you to call it what it is. Not everything said to you is truth. Some of it is projection. Some of it it's insecurity. Some of it is someone else trying to regulate their discomfort by shrinking you. When someone says, "Who does she think she is?" what they're often revealing is, "Actually, I don't feel comfortable being that bold myself, so let's take her down a notch or two." But it's not about you. But if you don't know how to separate it, I bet you will absorb it. So notice where you shrink, my darling. I want you to get really honest here, really honest with yourself. Where do you pull back? Is it when you speak about money, or when you need to be visible, being seen, or when you need to talk about your dreams? Or is it about your body? You wish you had that slender body, like all the girls on Instagram? Or is it your voice? Your voice is very important. It's not just important to you, but it's to everyone else. You have to have a voice. So where do you suddenly edit yourself, my darling? Is it mid-sentence? Because this is your signal. This is where something external has entered your internal world. So how do we empty the vessel? This is the part most women don't know what to do. Or even if they do know, they skip it. Because we take on hurtful words as truth. Because when somebody gives you a compliment, we fluff it off. Oh, yeah, right. But if somebody says something nasty, we take it on board and we dwell on it. And it pops up like the truth. We notice it, we feel it, but what do? We don't release it. So it stays and it builds and it weighs us down. This could be in any relationship or partnership. And trust me, it doesn't happen overnight. It is so gradual that you don't recognize it until it's too late. So I want you to imagine this with me. Imagine you're standing at the edge of the ocean and the water is lapping at your feet. And everything that has been said to you, every look, every comment, every moment that made you shrink, that hurt you, is sitting inside you like water. Not the beautiful, clear, crystal clear water. No, 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 no. It's heavy, it's still, it's muddy. And now you tilt the vessel and you let it pour out. Not gently, not politely, but fully with force. Honey, you don't need to carry what was never meant for you. And here is the truth that will set you free. People will always have opinions, always. You cannot control that, but you can control what makes you part or whether to make it part of your identity. Because the moment you internalize it, it stops being their voice and it becomes your limitation. Scary stuff. So therefore, I want you to find your sweet spot. Not their approval, not their comfort zone, yours. The place where you feel alive, expressed, a little bit bold, slightly uncomfortable, but in a good way. That's your edge. That's your truth. That's where your life expands. And let me remind you of something, darling. The same energy that makes some people uncomfortable is the exact energy that will inspire someone else. So if you shrink to please one group or a person, you disappear from the people who need you most, including yourself. So here's the final truth, my darling. You were never meant to be easily digestible. You were meant to be fully expressed. And that will trigger some people. But you know what? That is not your problem. So today we release, we pour it out, we stop carrying what was never ours. And we return to ourselves one step at a time. And if this has spoken to you, I have created a free workbook for you to help you actually do this work, not just think about it, but move it, release it, get rid of it, so you can feel lighter again, stronger again, more you again, because you don't need thicker skin, you need a cleaner vessel. And I hope to see you if you go to Irene, SWS www.unshrink and download it now. It's free, but it won't be free forever. So I see you on the inside. And if you have thought about somebody that needs to hear this, please like and share. And that's all from me for you today. I wish you a wonderful weekend and get rid of the hurtful words and the crap that you don't need to carry anymore. And with that, have a wonderful weekend.